know whatever I say is not going to make up for losing your precious little boy. And I wish with my whole heart I could go back and change everything about that day.
That day, 10-month-old Owen Nichols died from what investigators say was abusive head trauma. At the time, he was in the care of babysitter Hayley Steele, who was sentenced for her crimes today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brandon Kamerman.
And I'm Kendall Bartley. Hayley Steele in court to receive her sentence for manslaughter in baby Owen's death.
Steele pled guilty to second-degree manslaughter last week, and today, as Owen's parents looked on, a judge determined her fate.
KVAL's Gold Meadows was in the courtroom as emotions ran high.
The violent death of a baby boy in Coquille boils down to a bad day. That's according to his grieving mother.
75 months isn't nearly long enough to pay for killing our son, Owen. You took an innocent baby's life because you were having a bad day.
Emotions were heavy throughout the courtroom as Amanda Nichols, mother of 10-month-old Owen Nichols of Coquille, addressed defendant Hayley Steele at a sentencing Monday morning. A judge sentenced Steele to 75 months in prison after she pled guilty to second-degree manslaughter in a deal with the state Friday. While some in the courtroom seemed disappointed by the sentence, the deal came in an effort to avoid a trial, with DA Paul Frazier stating the parents hoped to avoid reliving what happened to Owen.
I left work that day trusting you to take care of my son. I should have taken it as a sign that morning that something wasn't right when the second you walked in the door, you went from playing happily with Colin to crying just at the sound of your voice.
Owen died in November of 2022 from abusive head trauma caused by Steele, who was hired to be his in-home babysitter, according to the DA's office. An autopsy later ruled Owen's death a homicide. Frazier says Steele admitted to police she was having a bad day prior to the events leading to Owen's death. In search of closure, Joseph and Amanda Nichols agreed to a plea deal for Steele.
Their decision to settle was courageous in allowing them to navigate with some finality their grief and their loss and their pain with a newborn on the way. And it also creates the opportunity for our community. We've been navigating grief and loss right along with them.
Steele's defense called Owen's death a very horrible accident. Manslaughter 2, for which Steele was convicted, is a lesser charge than manslaughter 1. Because it is a Measure 11 offense, it carries a minimum sentence of 75 months. In Coquille, I'm Gold Meadows.
After her sentence, Steele must undergo 36 months of post-prison supervision. She's also expected to pay restitution to the family and the State Crime Victims Fund.